Westernization is yes, but also its bad sides, because Westernization is about individualism. It's linked to capitalism as well. It's linked to hoarding and greed. It's linked to having and not thinking about other people. It's about self-centeredness in a very toxic way, not in an uplifting way. It's about saying that one group is bigger than the other, one group is more important than the other, that the other must be at servitude to the other group. See, these are the things that are playing in the game of life. All these things are programming, all programs. You get my points? That kind of thing. This is what happened with colonization, and then it doesn't give you peace. So you find why there's no so much unrest and poverty in certain countries, especially Africa. Africa is not povertized. It seemed to be deemed to be so because of the way it's pushed, the agendas pushed that Africa is poor. But Africa is really not poor because that's where all the resources are. The majority of the resources, if it's 99% of the world resources, are mined from Africa, including the people, the human sources, the human resource, which is people's skills and abilities. So now these black people are sourced from Africa and sent to go work and live in these Western countries where they add value. Their skills are used, their mind power is used to create and develop these Western countries, right? Now that is it's not empowering, it's disempowering people. Disempowering people, people will not have peace. You understand? Because at the end of the day, so today my topic basically is about peace, about finding your inner peace and knowing who you are. That's why I started with the cultural thing. You cannot know who you are if you don't have peace within yourself. You cannot move forward boldly and with sovereignty authentically if you don't have peace within yourself. Having peace within yourself is knowing yourself totally and also accepting all sides of you or who you are, no matter what it is. That's having that peace, accepting yourself for who you are. Very important to accept yourself for who you are. It's amazing for you when you begin to zone into yourself and owning yourself. Hi everybody, hi Lawson, hi King, hi. Thank you for joining my live. Today I'm talking about inner peace, and I touched on a cultural aspect, speaking about Africa and other colonized countries that were actually being raped and taken over by Western ideology, right? That was in the past, but at the end of the day, the result of the way things are now is because of what happened in the past, and it's still kind of happening in its own not different way, where the people of these third world countries and second world countries not being influenced forcefully and directly, but more indirectly, undercover, cohort type of situation, whereby they're still being influenced by Western cultures and they don't know who they are. And in their cultural practices and beliefs is deemed to be demonic. So you cannot live in peace and you cannot prosper when you have that mindset because you don't know who you are. Right. So basically, peace is a holistic concept of you having peace in all areas of your life, right? Understanding who you are and accepting who you are is very important. Understanding where you are going in life is also very important, right? So I'm Sissy, a life coach and motivational speaker. If you have not seen me before, my channel is about all things about self-development, a little bit of spirituality, and just leveling yourself up and becoming a better person. It's about you becoming who you should becoming, okay? Speaking across all people, right? So I don't only speak about black people, I speak about people in general because we're all just playing in the game of life, and this whole race thing is just part of the game, right? It's a program within the game, right? So basically, I always speak about loving everybody, loving yourself, and being that love for yourself, and also exerting that love to other people. However, truth be told, that influences have been done in the game, and yes, there's certain groups of people that have been pressed down and demoralized and told that they're less than the other because they don't look like certain people. You understand that kind of thing. So again, it's a power play. So that's what happens. You cannot find peace if you are influenced negatively by the power play of the game, right? You need to understand that this is all past and it's just an experience. You came for the experience, the positive and the negative. You came for it all, right? And it's your power is in how you take the experience. Everything that happens for you, to you, or through you, actually, everything that happens to you or through you, right, or by you, is actually something, an experience that's supposed to teach and grow you. So life is just an amazing experience. You need to find peace in all things. Wherever you are, whatever status you find yourself in the game, may you be on the other end, you're Caucasian or you're black or you're Asian, whatever. You need to find peace in all things in life, right? That's what I'm talking about today. Finding your peace in all things. Right? Today it's Saturday and all things are well. I got up this morning, so I was feeling so joyful and happy, and I thought maybe I would just kind of share my joy to others as well. So if you like to follow me on TikTok, you can also find me on TikTok. It's manifest___ Sicilian, right? As I said, my channel is about self-development and finding your power, owning who you are across all race or across all genders. All these things are part of the game. It's just those programs. You have to understand that instead of you immersing yourself in certain concepts, trying to understand the full picture from aerial view of what's really going on here. Right? All these things are here to trigger us. This gender issue, this race issue, all here to trigger us. We need to find our power and don't be triggered so easily. And there's one thing that we need to understand, that love is all things, is everything, right? When you love yourself, you can love others and you experience you'll be better. But if you keep on judging other people because you're judging yourself, you question your own validity, your own sovereignty, and every person has sovereignty. Just the way countries and states have sovereignties, every single person has sovereignty